Hey everyone, it's Clarke here, and in this video, I'm going to share with you what a business owner really needs to know from a CFO perspective. If you're like, oh, a boring video. No, it's not boring. I promise this will change your business if you listen until the end. But before we dive in, just a reminder, the description below, links, videos, resources, Superpower Money Quiz, come enjoy the Business 180 Collective with me for free coaching. And hit the subscribe button. You know you want to. Just hit the button. It's like the best thing. That way you're notified every time I release a video on YouTube. And if you don't want to watch the video, it's fine. But hit the subscribe button so you know we're coming. Let's dive into this because it is so important to me that business owners understand what they need to know financially. And most big businesses have a CFO, a Chief Financial Officer. Small businesses, usually businesses under $2 to $3 million in revenue in their sales, don't have a CFO. They have a bookkeeping department or a bookkeeper. They'll have an accountant, but there's a piece missing between the bookkeeper and the accountant, which is the CFO. And this is why a few years ago, I decided I would jump in and become the CFO for some of my clients who needed that middle step. And a CFO actually helps you with budgets, cash flow, client acquisition, product cost, decreasing expenses so you can increase your bottom line. They also help you to pay yourself, give yourself bonuses, make sure your taxes are up to date, and they also help you to create a profit. The other things that a CFO can do for you is help you to create budgets and cash flows and even strategies for the projects you want to work on. Do you see how this big piece is missing from the bookkeeping to the accountant? The bookkeeper records your historical data and the accountant files your taxes. Who's helping you with the middle stuff? And that's one thing I've realized is many small business owners do not have the ability to hire a full-time CFO at $150,000 a year. And that's why I stepped up. So what I thought I would do today is to share with you just a few things that you can implement in your business today to kind of give you the leg up past the bookkeeping so that you can start to grow your business from a financial perspective. Your business might be eating all your profits. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. And the first way we stop that is by creating a budget. Now, some people, the B word is like, it's a bad word. That's a bad word. The budget you make, you create. If you don't like it, you change it. Just because, like for me, just because I give my clients, hey, based on past experiences and where you're going with future projections, this is how I forecast what your budget should be. And they'll go, no, Lou, I want more here or less here. And we move the numbers around. So a budget isn't like written in concrete or written in stone. You can change it. But create a budget based on your historical data so you can project where you're going forward. And if you know you have a big project coming up that's going to cost you a boatload of money in 6 months, guess what? We start planning for it now. So create a budget. The second thing you want to look at is cash flow. What if I told you that in my world, where I CFO for my clients, I can predict what's going to be in their bank account in a year? I can predict what's going to be in their bank account in 2 years. On a daily basis, a client could call me up and say, Lou, what is going to be in my account at the end of September? And I'll say, based on what we've created, X. And they're like, really? I'm like, yes, but you got to hold tight to what we're doing. Almost gives them something to shoot for. What if you could do that in your business? What if you could set up a system where you would know a year from now what's in your bank account? Can it be scary? Absolutely. But if a year from now you know you do this system, you create a cash flow statement. So if you're asking how you do that, you create a cash flow statement. And if you're like, what the heck's a cash flow statement? How do we do? Jump into the 180 Business Collective. The link is below. Sign up. Come hang out with us. We'll be talking about some stuff like this in that group. But you create a cash flow statement. And in 12 months, if it looks like your bank account's going to be in the hole, now you know you got to fix some stuff and work through that. So a budget and a cash flow are very, very important. Another thing that is superly huge important in all small business is client acquisition. Meaning, how much does it actually cost you to bring in a client or to sell a product? Because if you're doing ads on Facebook or Instagram or on the internet, or you're creating business cards, graphics, like what is it actually costing you to get someone to buy from you? One of my mentors once shared with me that her introductory offer pays for all of her client acquisition. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yep, that amount for my introductory offer pays for all the advertising and everything I'm doing. I said, so you don't see a penny from your introductory offer? She's like, nope. And I'm like, holy cow, because I know how many people she's brought through her introductory offer. I was like blown away. And I'm like, you're okay with that? She's like, yeah, because basically I'm building a community that wants more from me for free. And I'm like, okay, like I get this. It was really unique and interesting to me. So you need to understand, what does it cost you to acquire a new client or new customer? And the fourth most important thing is that if you create a product, what does it cost you to create that product? We want to talk about material, shipping and delivery, graphic design if you have to have someone build graphics for something. But most important is time. Most small business owners don't think about the time that goes into creating that product. I have a strategy to figure out how much you're actually worth when you're actually building a product. And unfortunately, when I run this for a lot of my clients, it's under $10 an hour. And they're like, but I'm worth so much more. I'm like, okay, so we need to build a strategy around this. That's what a CFO does. Isn't that cool? Like, it's so much further than just running your business, doing your books, and filing your taxes. I also get to tell my clients every 3 months, hey, guess what? I got a bonus for you. They're like, what's the bonus? I'm like, you're getting an extra $4,000 this quarter. In my pocket? Yeah, well, I don't need it. I'm like, well, if you don't need it, let's set it into this account over here. But if you need it, take it. And they get so excited. Those are just a few things that I know as a CFO for small businesses that every business owner needs to work on. And if you want more information on this or how you can implement this, how you can learn it, jump into the 180 Business Collective or follow me on Instagram as I share more insights. You can also comment below and let me know where you're at, where you're struggling, where you need help, and I will carry a conversation with you there. Or if you want to get a little more private in the conversation because you don't want to throw your numbers all over the social network, feel free to jump over into my DMs over on Instagram and I'd be happy to chat with you there as well. So until I see you somewhere, this is Clarke saying, it's time for you to act as your own CFO or get someone who can help you on a part-time basis. Or learn how to do it yourself and I can teach you. We'll see you somewhere soon. Business owner extraordinaire. Until next time.